night is long and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon the dawn will come.
Hello there. This video is more of an interview of me and my wonderful wife, because many of you have asked about my bone readings and what comprises of the bone readings, what they mean, and the rules, if there are any, to a bone reading and how to conduct them. So we'll go through a few bits here to shed some light on it for anyone interested. Okay?
So like, you've got some bones.
I have some bones. Well, not just bones. They are objects, charms. Yes.
What stones do you have in there?
This stone, I liken it to a big yellow jelly bean, and that makes people happy. This is a stone, however, its smooth yet jagged facets represent passion and raw emotion, angers, frustrations that may run underneath.
It's like red jasper.
No, it's not. It's just a stone.
Is it one of the ones we got from Michigan?
No, it came from England.
Oh.
Yes.
Alright.
This is amethyst. This represents love in its many facets. The fang representing the pain that love can also bring, depending on where it is on the board, and how it corresponds with other pieces. Each piece, it is important to remember that each piece is not a singular thing. They correlate between each other, how they lay on each other, next to each other, whereabouts on the board, on the sigils. They also change over time. Each piece has been accumulated over time, naturally, to represent something that has spoken to me or called to me in that very specific way.
So if one was to start a bone collection,
Yes.
they would need to be prepared for it to take, what, a few months? A few years?
Oh, it could take years.
Yeah.
I mean, and also a bone collection. This is a small one for a reading, a personal reading. However, if you was in person, I could do you a reading of maybe 50 more additions to this. Some people have 100.
Right.
Yes, there are many.
Okay.
There are many.
What are the three main things you would need to have, like, for bone casting, in your opinion?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Like happiness.
Bones.
Bones.
That's a good one. Let's start with that. Happiness is not necessary because happiness is a very all-encompassing thing. There are two main aspects here that always pop up because they are always usually present with most people, and they always lay side by side, and it's these two. This is a foot bone from a bobcat. And this is a rusty, very old nail, representing fear and pain or betrayal. The two of them always usually find themselves side by side. Yes, I know, but they correspond perfectly.
It's a bit negative, isn't it?
No, not at all. Fear is a very natural thing. Fear is what keeps us alive in many instances. It's what teaches us what we can and can't do. It can restrict us, yes, but it's also something that we need very young in life, and we usually shed a lot of later on in life. Pain, also the same. Pain teaches. There is no faster teacher than pain. These are always necessary in anyone's story.
Right. So if you're just starting out bone reading, those are two things.
No,
Not necessarily.
You don't need those two, but what I mean is that's how they correspond with each other.
Right.
Is what's important here.
Okay.
It is difficult to say. You cannot have simply three things and then expect to find a comprehensive view
Right.
of someone's reading. They all play off one another, and as I said, they change. It depends. It's 95% psychic intuitiveness. It may fall almost exactly the same, but depending on that one person, the individual I'm reading for, the outcome and what I see here is going to be different.
I think the shell is my favorite. What is the shell?
The shell is
represent to
actually
you?
is one of my favourites. Laying downwards, it can mean closed off, guarded, putting yourself in a sort of a casing of hardness that can often trap people if they're left there long enough, guarding their emotions. However, on the inside, there is this pink, soft, smooth, rather beautiful colour. This is what many people aspire for when they go on a spiritual journey, at least, which is self-understanding, self-love, healing. But oftentimes you'll find a charm will be underneath the shell or inside the shell. This obviously also tells you other things to do with that.
Is that one of your favorite?
This one is my favourite, yes. This is a pig tusk, and it is just over 12,000 years old.
Oof.
Yes, this is the oldest of my collection of things here. Come from a pig, from a feast. And like that, this roundness represents arms outstretched, encompassing a family or a friendship or a group of people. Depending on the thing, you see these marks. These marks are caused by actual burning, deep burning of the tusk. They represent different things in correspondence with other objects as well, to tell you whether or not it is family, friends, work group, things like that. There is a lot to it, and it's not always easy to begin with. It takes practice. I was raised with it. It was something that I was daily. I would do things, cast bones, and I would collect things. I'm a magpie. And
Yes, you are.
yeah. But yeah, so therefore I collect all sorts of bits and pieces, anything that resonates with me. Yes.
As far as bone readings go,
Yes.
is it different doing a bone reading to a tarot reading? Like, do you find a bone reading works better for certain situations than a tarot
certainly.
reading one?
More general aspect of where things are going in a situation, a bone reading is lovely. It's almost like a map of the London Underground. It's a nice 2D sort of map, and it has many layers you see as you go down, with different things lying over on top of each other. Whereas with the tarot reading, it's specific storylines, specific.
It's more
function.
situational.
It's very much so, yes. When it comes to aspects of love, if someone was to ask me, what does love look like for me in the next year or something, I can cast the bones to that. If someone asks me, however, this has happened in love and I don't know where to turn, and I'm worried about this, I'll probably turn to my cards, because that will give a much more personal, more in-depth view of that specific subject and the information it gives. Certainly, yes.
What drew you
An artist.
to bone reading?
We just got.
No, you just said you learned how to do it.
Well, it was my aunt's cast rooms. One aunt in particular, she loved the rooms. For me, the rooms, I don't mind them, but it doesn't feel right. It's not the same for me. So instead, I went out and collected things, and I had a tin. It was a licorice orsals tin. You don't know what that is. It's a kind of sweet. Anyway, and inside this licorice orsals tin, I had all sorts of things: hagstones, little tiny silver sword thing, and all sorts of stuff that I've collected. Some kind of dead scorpion thing. I don't know. But I would use them and cast those. And that's how it started. I must have been 6, 5, 6, something like that. Yeah. And that's how that started. And it went from there. I hope this helps you. You have a blessed day. Please like, follow, subscribe. Also, I have an Etsy shop with lots of things. Yeah. Please go and have a look. The link is in the bio. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. Please follow and like me there also. Goodbye. Have a blessed day.
Adios.
Hello.
Hola. I want to clap for him now.
Oh my god.
For real.
I hope that helps you.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, bee.